What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dark Side of the Spoon, where we keep it raw and real about recovery. This is Bones Calhoun, yours truly, and Mr. Johnny Rottenseed, and today we're going to talk about complacency. I'm sure you know what complacency is, because if you're sitting on your couch right now and you're watching this video, you might be complacent. I don't know, but complacency in recovery is fucking deadly, I always say, because if you get complacent, you get lazy. You forget the little things, man, and you start fucking up, and it's real easy to go back out. Everybody always talks about structure. Structure's great. Talk about make your bed every day. One day you forget to make your bed, you get complacent. Then it leads into complacency and other aspects of your life. So that analogy is absolutely right. Don't be complacent. I'm going to let Mr. Rottenseed throw a few things out there, and then I'll get back to you. What you got, Johnny?
All right, man. So when it comes to complacency, there are some other words that we have that we use for complacency. One of my favorite ones is stagnant. So I like to use the analogy just to give people a good understanding of what stagnation or complacency can do to an addict or even a normal person as far as that goes. So
this is good. I like this.
I have one question for you. In our solar system, Earth is the only planet that has life on it. Why? Do you have an answer? What makes it able to have life? Water. Water is what allows life to be on the planet Earth. Guess what? The human body is made up of 70% water. That must mean that we're a lot like water. So my question is what happens when water stops moving? It gets stagnant. What does stagnant mean? Well, if you've ever been around a stagnant puddle or a stagnant pond, it means it's sick. It has bacteria, parasites, and all this stuff living in it. So if we are 70% water, when we quit moving, guess what happens? We get sick. For an addict, when we stop moving forward, we get sick. It's just what happens. We can't allow ourselves to just sit still. If you're a 12-step person, you know this, that you got to continue to work steps. You got to continue to stay in touch with your support group. You got to continue to talk to your sponsor. If you're not a 12-step person, this still applies to you. You've got to keep fucking moving forward. Y'all hear me talk about the path. Find out who you want to be and what your goals are. That is your path. Stay on it and keep moving, right? So when we're on the path, we keep moving forward. Our steps might not be as big sometimes. We may have a little stumble back, but we keep moving forward. We always stay moving forward. For an addict, to sit still is death, literally. You will eventually sit still long enough that you start to go backwards. And once you start to go backwards, it's not going to be long before you're using again. For myself, I've done this before. I thought I had it. I just was like, I'll rest on my laurels. Look, I've got a year clean. I'm doing just fine. And I quit moving forward in my recovery, even though I was moving forward in other parts of my life. And since I quit working on my recovery, I got high. I would like to see other people start to get this understanding and keep moving forward. What do you got to say about it, John?
I mean, nailed it, bro. Look, if you ain't progressing, you're regressing, then you succumb to your mental obsession, right? Progress all the time. Being stagnant not only sucks and will keep you sick, it's just you're not moving anywhere. You're not doing nothing. You're not accomplishing anything. Being stagnant and complacent is deadly. He gave you a killer analogy. I'm going to give you one real quick. It ain't going to compare to that one. But complacency in the workplace, right? I think I've said it before. If you're standing there texting or sending something to some chick on Messenger and the dude's got a crane above you getting ready to set something down and you ain't paying attention because you're complacent as hell and he sets it down on you and you die or you're maimed, that's complacency. So even, especially in recovery, man, like, do new things, set new goals, the path like he talks about. Just do something with yourself at all times instead of sitting around being fucking stagnant and complacent. I mean, everybody wants to complain about, like, everybody wants to be something until it's time to do what it takes to be that something. You're never going to be shit if you don't try. You're never going to be shit if you're just complacent all the time. So, shit, man. In recovery, just don't be complacent, man. I mean, it speaks for itself. And he gave you a perfect analogy. Like, I really don't know how much more I can say about it. I mean, if you're complacent, if I could come through the screen and smack you around a little bit, tell you to quit being complacent, I would, but I can't. Just don't do it. You know?
One thing when it comes to complacency and stagnant, and one of the words that gets thrown around a whole lot is boredom.
Oh, yes.
Boredom,
yeah.
Right? We're sitting still. We're bored. I'm bored. Guess what boredom leads to? Depression. If you're a normal person watching this and you're depressed, sitting on the couch watching the 16th fucking Netflix series that you've watched this week, doing absolutely nothing with your life and wondering why you're depressed, it's because you're not getting off your fucking ass and doing anything. See, we talk about recovery as a lifestyle because we don't cover 12-step or treatment or this, smart recovery or celebrate recovery here. We just talk about recovery as life. Everything that you're doing in your life right now is your recovery. So if you're getting up, going to work, that's your recovery. If you like to go for runs, that's your recovery. If you go to the gym like me, that's a part of my recovery. It's something that I do for myself. You've got to start to put those things in your life so you don't become stagnant, you don't become complacent. There's a man that's far smarter than me. There's a man who is more famous than me. He's a Navy SEAL, and his name is Jocko Willink. And he says that discipline is freedom. And I fucking believe that. If you make your life based upon discipline and structure, that is freedom for yourself, right? Because you're always moving forward. You're not getting complacent. You're not getting stuck in that rut. We've got to stay out of that rut. The rut kills us. That goes for normal people. That goes for addicts. Getting stuck, sitting still, going nowhere with your life is not going to accomplish anything. If you ever want to be anything, you got to take the step. You figure out where you want to go, and you take the first step. We move forward. We don't move backwards, and we don't sit still.
That's true, man. Like you said, structure and discipline is your best friend. I believe that thoroughly, and it is my best friend. That's the way I stay sober. Structure and fucking discipline. And like you said too, man, complacency does lead to depression. You know what else depression leads to? Anxiety, vulnerability. Who the fuck wants to be anxious and vulnerable? When you get vulnerable, you're open for attack, man. From all angles. It just leads to a lot of bullshit that you don't want to have to deal with, man. So just keep that structure and that discipline and that just mental fucking toughness that I talk about all the time. Just maintain it. Don't get complacent. And if you don't work out like some people do to avoid complacency, then work out your mind, because that's very important as well. Work out your if you don't want to do push-ups, read a fucking book about do something. Just don't be complacent. You get complacent, you die. That's the way. If you get complacent, if you're an addict, you get complacent, you die. That's the way I see it.
One thing I wanted to cover in this video as well is we covered the great debate, right? And we talked about choice, disease, and I said in that, do not be getting in the comment box.
Oh, yes.
Don't be arguing with people about disease, choice. Guess what happened in our video in the comment box? People wanting to get on there and debate choice or disease, and I told all of you guys that it wasn't either fucking one. It's a disorder. You didn't watch it. You just got on there and decided that you wanted to put your 2 cents in. So, that being said, it's a disorder. Not a disease. Not a fucking choice. It's a disorder. And there was some people getting on there with some decent arguments about choice and how it, in the beginning, it was chosen. And people with a disease don't hurt their families and stuff like that. And I do understand all that. However, there are also other diseases or disorders that can be chosen. I just talked about depression a minute ago. if it is not actual clinical depression, if it's just a temporary depression or something like that, guess what? It's a choice. It's because you're not getting off your ass and doing anything about it. It's a choice. Heart disease, smoking, leads to heart disease. Guess what? Heart disease, I guess it's heart choice.
Yeah.
If you don't brush your teeth and you get gum disease, I guess it's gum choice.
Right.
If your fat ass eats Big Macs 3 times a day for all your meals and you get diabetes, I guess it's a fucking choice.
It's a fucking choice.
Yes. You know, so I guess either we can call addiction a disorder, or we can go back and look at all these diseases that other people have based upon their choices, including sexually transmitted choices. How about HIV choice? Do you like that one?
Shit.
Man, I chose to have sex with a dirty butt, and now I'm sick.
Yeah.
Not a disease. It's choice, right? So if we're going to call it a choice, we need to go back and talk about all these other diseases and disorders that are choices, and just go ahead and call all those choices as well. Or we could just recognize addiction as a disorder, as I've said several times. And also, with that comment box and the discussions that were going on there, Nick Lyles from Mansfield, Ohio. This is your shout out.
What's up, Nick?
You made it, bro.
Weak ass dude.
We're calling you out. You wanted to get on there and talk all kinds of shit. So here's your clout. You got your respect. You talked a lot about nothing. You had absolutely no facts to back up what was said, even though I covered many facts in the video. But you wanted to have your clout. You're a keyboard warrior. I told you I don't talk with my fingers. I talk with my hands. But I'm sure you don't want to go there. So I just wanted to give you a shout out, Nick, because you're the dipshit that did exactly what I said not to do in the video. So yeah, you got your clout, man. You got your shout out. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good time. We'll see you in Mansfield when we're up there.
We will. Hey, Nick, did you watch this video? I bet you will. Nah, that's exactly what we're talking about. Fucking idiots getting on our shit without watching the video first. You look like an idiot if you do that. Watch the shit and then have a good argument. So, what you said, weak ass dudes? Nick Lyles? There you go, Nick Lyles. Fucking idiot.
But back to the topic at hand, complacency. It is death. It is death for an addict. It is death. You know, when we fall back on our laurels, man, I always go back to the laurels. And what does laurels mean? It's an accomplishment. I've got 3 months clean, or I've got 6 months, or I've got a year or 3 years, whatever it might be. When you rest on those laurels, when you rest on those accomplishments, and you're not striving to achieve more, you're falling back. Always. When you set a goal, I want to achieve this. When you achieve it, set the next goal. Don't just stop there. Congratulations if you got a year clean, but hey, let's go for 2. Congratulations that you got a good job, but how about let's try to work up into a better position within that job. You got a vehicle now, but maybe you could have a better one. Whatever it might be, when you get a goal accomplished, set the next one. And one thing I always recommend to clients and other people is that you write that shit down. Because when we write our goals down, we're held accountable to them. Put it somewhere where you got to look at it every single day. That way, you're always seeing it. You're always reminded of what your goal is. And you actually get a small amount of dopamine each time you get to strike something off that list. So if you like those feel-good feelings like we used to get, you get a small one whenever you knock out one of those goals. So write your fucking goals down. Go out, go after them, 1 foot in front of another. Kill that shit. When you accomplish something, set the next goal. Do not ever let somebody tell you that you can't. People told me that I'd never be a felon. At one time, I was charged with 9, convicted of 6. People told me I'd never be able to do it. Guess what? I'm sitting here today, not a felon, because I didn't believe them and I didn't take no for an answer. When someone told me no, I said, well, then who do I need to talk to get to where I want to be? And if I've done it, I'm no different than any other addict out there, and you can do it too. It's just, I just decided that I would not take no for an answer, and I would keep moving forward. And whenever I accomplished one goal, I'd go for the next. And I'm no different than anybody else, man. I just decided that I was going to go for it, and I wasn't going to stop until I achieved what I wanted to achieve. And I've accomplished a lot of goals, but I still got a whole lot to do. And when I get done with these ones, guess what? I'm going to take my own advice and I'm going to set some fucking new ones.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I had the same. I was a drug addict for 15 years, man. Even now, with my sobriety, people are still like, yeah, it's not going to last. He's not going to do it. But fuck him. Like I've said before, who cares, man? Prove this shit to you. Me and Rotten Seed are just two regular dudes, man, that decided we were not going to be bitches and stay stagnant. We did something about it, and now here we are. You can do it too. If you're watching this, you're still getting high, bro, lady, whatever, get your shit together. Quit it.
Life's good, man.
Life is good. I love being sober, bro.
Life is good.
It's amazing, man.
We're two pretty fortunate guys, but it did not come without hard work.
Right.
And the first thing that both of us had to do, most importantly, was not put one in us. And each day we wake up and we don't put one in us, and our life gets a little bit better each and every day because we choose not to use. As far as complacency, boredom, stagnant, don't fall for that trap, man. It's a trap. Sitting on your ass, it's a trap. Keep moving forward. As always, if you like our videos, if you like our content, please like, share, subscribe. Please do not argue in our fucking comment boxes.
Don't do that damn shit.
If you got something that you want to say, absolutely. We're not there to debate though. Choice or disease. We're not here to do that. I laid out the facts for you. I don't need to go any further into that. But yeah, like, share, subscribe if you like what we do. We're continuing trying to grow our following. So if you guys are enjoying this shit, please share it with other addicts. Share it with your friends. There are videos to share with your family. We're going to continue to do those as well. As always, we appreciate you for signing on, for liking what we do, following us. We really appreciate it. You've showed us a lot of love, and it continues to spread. And that means that the message is getting out there more, and we appreciate that. Take us out, Bones.
All right, man. We really, like you said, we really appreciate y'all. All the support, any likes or shares we can get, man, they're greatly appreciated. Like we've said before, we're not doing this for us. We could give a shit whether we're on a video or not. We're doing this to help other addicts. So, just help support us, man. On YouTube, our page, everything. Just get it out there. Somebody needs to hear this shit. You know what I mean? We're not PC with it. We keep it real. So somebody needs to hear it. And like you said, we are going to have some more PG videos coming for the families and stuff, because we know we can't say fucking shit every video and y'all let your families watch it. So those are coming, man. Appreciate y'all a lot. This has been Dark Side of the Spoon.